What's going on, family? Hope this message finds you all well and in good spirits. And in this video here, guys, I want to address a topic that was brought up in another video. And that's basically just how would you explain to your boss or someone else, manager, anybody that you need to go work for, that you have an anxiety problem, right? Or what's going on with you while you're having that attack. And this is just a couple things that I've done in the past, all right? So whether you're in an interview or just talking to the person that's going to hire you, I would just either tell them right then, hey, as they're telling we have a spot here for you. I would just go ahead and tell them, hey, man, I'm a hard worker, yada, yada, yada. But I do have panic and anxiety attacks, if you know what that is. And sometimes I can get really down and out of breath, and it takes me a minute to come to. That's just what I've done in the past. And then sometimes I'm not even said anything in the beginning, because I try not to go in it with a negative state of mind, thinking that that's going to happen to me. I just go ahead and go to the job and then work, go ahead and work. And then when one comes on, I'll reach my manager or floorman or whoever it is, boss at the time, and tell them, hey, I'm having a panic attack. I can't hardly breathe. I need to take off for the day, or I need to take, a 30-minute, hour break or something like that, come back to, and see if that happens. And then if it don't, then at that time I go ahead and tell them, hey, I need to go ahead and take off for the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. But this is just the things I've done. I remember going into an oil field job, and nobody knew I had any problems at all. Everything was fine, but the more and more stuff that I learned, some of it was getting really stressful. And then there was times to where, I'd be working on something that's really expensive, and if I cut too much off of that with my machine, which is very easy, in the oil field, if I cut too much off of it, you could potentially be fired or laid off, or I don't know. There's a bunch of things that can happen to you. They just don't like that there, right? So I was doing some really expensive parts, and I was new to this industry, and I was getting nervous, as I was doing them. So therefore, I started going into panic mode after a few days of doing it. And it just got so bad one day to where, luckily, I just took my lunch break. And we only got a 30-minute lunch, so I took my lunch break, and just coming back in, I started panicking just thinking about it. So I went up to my floor manager. I said, hey, I'm probably going to take the rest of the day off. Luckily, these guys really didn't care what the reason was for. But, they figure if you're a grown man, you got to take off, you got to go. There's no reason for an excuse. You don't have to give them an excuse why you're leaving. You're a grown man. You can leave if you want to leave. But I didn't want to leave on bad terms for that day. So I made sure I went and told them, hey man, look, I've been having a rough day. I'm having panic attacks. I've had them most of my life, and I'm having one right now. And, I need to get over this, and then I'll come back in and see you tomorrow. All right. And they absolutely had no problem with it. Some people actually understand it. They've had other people that's done it in the past, and then some people don't understand it. But that's how I would address it. I would either tell them in the beginning of the interview, or I would tell them as it comes on, depending on how bad your anxiety attacks are. If you can make it for so long, usually when you're working, your mind's a little bit more occupied, so you don't have as many panic attacks. I feel like I didn't have as many because my mind was a little bit more occupied. But, nonetheless, that you would tell them, as you're having it, hold off and then tell them as you're having it, or just tell them in the very beginning, look, I'm ready to take this job if you're hiring, but I do have panic and anxiety attacks. I'm not going to have them all day here. I just may have one here and there, and may have to go take a breather, catch my breath, and come back to, and I might have to actually take the day off. So that's what I would actually tell them. So with that being said, guys, I hope that helped you for your question. And love each and every one of y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one.